Welcome back. Another week of Keeping Up with the West. I'm Brad here with Eric. Eric, how's it going?
Hello. Yeah, it's all right.
That's
I'm just kidding. I just watched that Panthers game. It was awesome and it was fun and
right.
sweet. You Carolina boy, you.
That's right. But in Kanye news, what happened this week? We did not get a new song this weekend. I'm a little sad.
He was snowed in.
He was snowed in. Yes, he was snowed in. He was snowed in apparently in the studio with Kendrick and some other people. He was posting pictures all weekend long.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I did not know that.
He posted some pictures of a couple cars he apparently just got. So he's definitely living the rapper lifestyle with
that he apparently just got.
Yeah.
Well, it's part one of his album cycle. He has to do the press photos. Right. So he has to live like a rapper for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
And then he'll go back to yeah.
So we didn't get a song, but we did get a 10-minute voicemail from Mos Def. Did you listen to that?
No, that one did not pass my my newsfeed this week.
So go to KanyeWest.com at your earliest convenience and listen to this. It's literally a 10-minute voicemail from Mos Def, Yasin Bey, who is currently trapped in South Africa, I think it is, where he can't. There's some sort of visa or passport issue, I think, and he's apparently trapped there.
You should get an American Express card. Sorry.
Hey yo. So yeah, he got this whole voicemail apparently, and Kanye has posted it on his website. So check that out when you can.
Nice. I heard the first 10 seconds of it. It was very distracting. Sorry.
Otherwise, otherwise, all we got were a bunch of pictures from the studio with some random people that I don't know who they are, and Kendrick Lamar. So
that's cool. We got to see him open the Uses tour a few years back.
That's true, we did.
That was my first exposure to Kendrick.
Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with him before that show either, so I tried to listen to him before going into it, and have since become a pretty big fan.
That was also the show where I discovered you knew how to. You'd been hitting the clubs lately, and we hadn't hung out in any dance environment. And then the beat kicked in. Yeah, you do. And I was like, oh, shit, you beat me there too.
I got rhythm, dude.
God damn it. You used to be my I do not. You used to be my socially awkward friend who I could just stand in the back with. And then you got the moves.
Sorry, man. I can't help it.
You know what? I got married and you got swagger, so it worked out.
That's
you
true.
learned how to dance.
That's true.
I can't use them anyway, so I'm glad you got them.
Yeah.
All right. So for our first installment of classic Kanye, classic is spelled with a K and probably a Y and some apostrophes, is we're going to go in almost chronological order. I'm sure I'll mess up somewhere, but we got a whole timeline of classic Kanye moments, good and the bad and the ugly of Kanye. And the first one we thought it would be good to start with would be Kanye's first television appearance. Now this is as he did the hook in a song that Common was also from Chicago, was performing on Chappelle's show. So Chappelle and had Common on the show as a musical guest, and Common was doing a song called "The Food." First off, great beat in that song, and great live performance in general. I remember when I was, I guess, in high school, probably 17, when that first premiered. And I'd love to do the whole hipster thing and be like, I knew from that moment he was going to be a star. But I did remember being like, oh, I like that guy's voice. That guy's got a cool voice. But yeah, no, the song was really cool. Beat is amazing. I forgot to look up if Kanye did the beat. The beat is so good.
Kanye was a producer on that track.
Okay, well then there you go. Yeah, so
Kanye was a producer on almost that entire album.
Oh wow! Well, I knew that Kanye
on every track except for 2, and the other 2 were Jay Dilla. So pretty heavy hitting producers on that album.
Yeah, well, wow. Common got lucky. He got those guys early. I don't know about Jay Dilla. I don't exactly know the year he broke, but that's pretty good that he had Kanye for a whole album of beats. I know that there was that double album of beats that this one white rapper who never ended up putting out an album got from Kanye back forever ago. The beats weren't even particularly good. They were clearly Kanye's, like, when he has that, I bet it was from when he had that line where he said, did 5 beats a day for 3 summers. I feel like those were some of beat number 5 that day. A couple of those. So anyway, on this performance, the beat is amazing. And I remember first time I heard that, I thought, oh wow, somebody is making beats like, you could argue old school Wu-Tang or like Gang Starr or and I knew Chappelle had Mos Def and Talib Kweli, but it was just cool to hear these beats of those kind of I guess from that kind of like underground hip hop sampled sound that I really thought was cool. Now what I love about Kanye, because and this also goes back to the Yeezus tour. So Kanye's wearing a backpack throughout the whole thing, which was a winter coat and a backpack. That was like the style for like underground rappers for like decades. This is not like a flash in the pan style. And I remember to our left at the Yeezus tour, there was a dude who was basically dressed like that, like kind of like maybe early 20s. And he was loving every old Kanye song, but whenever Kanye did some like weird shit on stage or said something, he just was looking at him, shaking his head, just like, hey, what happened to you? You were my guy. But yeah, so he's wearing a backpack, and I love it because in pure Kanye fashion, he just goes after he does the hook, he goes to the microwave and starts heating up some food. And he goes into the fridge because they're performing in a kitchen. And I thought, I was like, that's Kanye would do that. And I guess that was the whole shtick of the performance. They're just in somebody's kitchen kind of thing. But I was like, Kanye would start making food. And despite the fact that he made the beat, nobody watching knows he made the beat, which is also why it's funny because he interrupts the DJ and adjusts things sometimes. He like motions the DJ aside and he'll like tweak stuff and then be like, all right, go back to it. So just classic Kanye stuff that definitely demonstrates his he's always been Kanye, regardless of the fame. And then Dave Chappelle, of course, has the classic story, which really solidifies that theory on how afterwards he invited the musical guests into the editing booth to kind of watch some sketches that hadn't aired yet. And I guess Kanye West gets a phone call. This is, again, an unknown Kanye West gets a phone call, and he doesn't hear the other end of the phone. He just hears Kanye, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm in the editing room with Dave Chappelle watching unaired sketches." He goes, "Why? Because my life is dope and I do dope shit." And that line, because my life is dope and I do dope shit, it's Kanye forever. It's just Kanye. He's never been. This is just him, and could not be happier about it.
Yeah, and like we didn't get this story until the past like year or so, right?
Yep. Yeah, a couple years. Yeah, maybe like 2 years ago. But yeah, very recently.
Yeah, but this happened in like 2003.
Yep, 3
when that event took place, and like even then, like he was still like pretty, I wouldn't say widely famous at that point, but in that community, like within musicians, he was pretty famous as a producer.
Yeah, I think is. Yeah.
But even then, like still like not famous enough to be like to have that sort of ego yet, but he still had that sort of ego yet.
And what's impressive is like he talks about like all of the struggles he had to be an artist in front of the stage or on the mic as opposed to just a producer, and even just the struggles of becoming a producer. He didn't just fall into success. He had a lot of failure and a lot of doubting among his peers and his employers before he finally even got a shot to do anything. So it's like
as a rapper, right?
Yes, yeah.
Because well, even as listening to what was the last track in College Dropout, where it's like him, like the 12-minute story.
Yeah.
He's just like, kind of talking over the beat. It just feels like he could have been like this great producer forever and ever, but he really wanted to be a rapper too, and he just like had to fight and fight and fight to get the chance to be more than just a producer.
And even with producing, like he still had to put in just an insane amount of work to do that. Yeah. And anytime somebody gets to that level, or like they usually learn a lot of humility through the failure, which is why when he got so successful and knowing his story, I wasn't surprised with the ego, because it was like, oh yeah, fuck them. Of course, you knew all along that you could do it, and everybody shit on you. And then when you did it, it is well within your rights to tell the world about how you were right and they were wrong. I get that. But what was hard for me to swallow was the fact that he was always kind of like that. And it's like, oh, I was like, I wonder how many times Jay-Z was like, Beyonce. I assume he only talks to Beyonce about these kind of things. But he's like, Bae, I wonder how many times he thought to himself, like, I could sell millions of records with this guy, but he knows it. And if I let him do it, he'll never shut the fuck up. It's like, no, Kanye, I don't think you're very good. This track is terrible. He's like, this track is amazing. A line from 22 Jump Street is like, holy shit, he's good. No one tell him how good he is.
Yeah.
So I love that story.
Yeah.
So much.
And then he was on Chappelle's show a few weeks later, or I don't know when it was filmed, but it aired a few weeks after that, where he was like the featured guest with Mos Def and Freeway.
Yep. Yeah. Those are some cool musical performances.
Yeah. That was the one they did 2 words like out on the river in New York.
Yep. Yeah. No, and I loved how like all those musical performances. I mean, just think of not to derail this too much, but just like the DMX one where he just kept on hitting he had like the DJ machine. He just kept it. Chappelle just kept hitting the beats to make him do more songs. He did like a headlining set. And one more quick Chappelle thing that for semi Kanye related, because I've heard this story a bunch of different times from a bunch of different angles, and you can hear pretty much any classic Chappelle show story from multiple angles, because Neal Brennan tells his take, Dave Chappelle tells his take, and any of the other guys involved tell their take. And it's just that's such a cool like storied history of that show. And the fact that Kanye had a big part of Kanye's history is tied into the show. It's just another bit. It's just another layer on top of the Kanye.
It was just 2 performances. He was only on that show twice.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Tom Mayer was on more.
Yeah.
And so that's about all that I have. Unless you have anything else, I think it's safe to say, hey, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's about it. Not too much. Like, no new track. I'm kind of disappointed. Not disappointed, but just.
Well, it came out last Monday, so I guess maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah. He has another album. It's just him and Kendrick.
Yeah.
Watch the or what am I saying? Watch the Armchair.
I mean, I guess we got the 10-minute voicemail from Mos Def, so that kind of counts, maybe.
Yeah, now I'm really depressed. Jesus.
Oh, so like the way I first found that, I just like started listening to it. I had no idea how long it was going to be.
Yeah.
I just started listening, and I'm like, keep going. And after a point, I was like, well, I've listened this far. I'm going to listen to the whole thing. And like at the end of it, I looked back and saw how long it was. I'm like, God, Mos Def, you could have edited a little bit.
Or Kanye, the person who uploaded it, could have edited it a little bit. Or his intern, all right. Well, free Mos Def. I don't know what else to say. How do we end this?
We got to do a tweet of the week.
Oh, good. Yes. Yes.
There were a couple. So he posted a picture. One of the pictures he posted was him and Kendrick Lamar kind of sitting on this couch. Apparently, allegedly, whatever, in the studio, presumably in the studio. And the caption was, "We just want to thank Madlib for these 6 beat CDs he sent over. Hashtag scary."
That's awesome.
Like, I just like Kanye is at the top of the rap world right now, and just to think that like producers and Madlib is one of the most respected producers, I would think, in the game, and the mental image of Madlib sending over some beat CDs
on actual CDRs.
An actual CD, like, hey, just like Madlib, like in his house, in his apartment, making beats, and then burns them onto his CDR and like sends them over regular mail, puts some stamps in the envelopes, sends them over to Kanye's address,
and they just say beats number 1, beats number 2,
beats number 4. He lost the 3rd one.
He just had to make another one.
Yeah. And then just like Kanye and Kendrick, hang on, guys, got to go check the mail. Goes out to his mailbox, brings the envelope in, and rips it open. Mad Lib CDs,
nice.
And they just start rapping over them. Oh, that just makes me happy.
Yeah, no, that's when celebrities do cool shit with their celebrity and let us in on it. I think that's really awesome. When you know what, if their lives are dope shit, and they tell us about the dope shit they're doing in a way that makes us feel happy, is very good. All right, sweet. Do you want to do the plugs?
My plugs. Follow me on Twitter. I don't like this is not about me. It's about Kanye, right?
All right, well, then where can you watch this podcast?
Follow me at Kanye West.
That's just you.
Yeah.
It's a ruse. Whole thing.
This podcast is on YouTube. You know more about this than I do.
Yeah, and you can find it on erictristorad.com. I'll be posting, I just posted one today, just posting the embed link. So you can watch it on that site. And if you want to hear the other podcasts that we do in audio or video form, you can check them out. And I now added download links to our past 75 episodes because I'm an idiot who didn't do it in the first place. Yeah, no. Yeah. Or you can just download the latest 11 on iTunes because we're not affiliated with anybody who matters. But that's okay. Someday we will be, but it's going to have to be one of us. I'm banking on one of the comics that we have. Or Brad. I'll bank on you. What if, very inside, but what if our other podcast regular and site creator, runner, whatever, Ryan, what if he gets famous somehow?
There's
How
no
fucked
way.
will we be? He'll leave us in the dust. All right. Well, check us out and other stuff, and keep in touch with Kanye. And send us messages on Twitter. I'm at Eric Tries. He's at _Heartland. Send us a message to the site. Send us a comment on whatever video with any questions or any comments or anything you want Kanye related for us to talk about, or things that because we'd love to talk. The more Kanye stuff we can discover, because we discover new Kanye every day.
Yeah. Any fun trivia that we might not know about?
Yeah, please send it our way. We'll happily discuss it all day long. All right, well, thank you very much, and I'll catch you next week. Same Kanye time, same Kanye place.
See ya.